fact that we do hold seminars monthly for women. And November and December, we actually don't have anything going on. That's the holiday season we want you to be with your family. But we hold seminars for both personal and professional development and growth. It's important to us, and you'll be filling out a survey at the very end. It's very important to us that you let us know what you want to know about. And that's how I go out and I get people. I need to know what's bothering you, what issues or what problems, what do you need to know more about?
Earlier that I'm Kenesha Hudson, and my company is Urban Bella Brands, and we're basically a natural hair company. We created the company in 2004, and our focus was strictly natural hair.
I've been talking to my children. We're talking about what do you want to do when you grow up. I said, do something that you would do even if they didn't pay you to do it. And I love what I do. These ladies will tell you that in the deliveries, usually I'm the loudest one in there going, yes! It has decreased. How can I fix that? Okay. So, the main sexual hormones are estrogen and testosterone. We all think about testosterone, that's the male hormone. But the main sexual hormone is actually estrogen. So one of the things we talk about is increasing the estrogen from those natural sources, but also I always say over time, it's not about the sex, it's about the intimacy. Talking to your partner about focusing on the cuddles, the hugs, and the love, and then you make an agreement that intercourse is not our objective here. Once you take the pressure off yourself to remove the intercourse and focus more on the intimacy, you tend to have better success.
All breastfeeding, which is what babies need, is human milk, to some babies needing formula. Well, all of a sudden it was like, this is easy. This is really, really easy. And go forward 3 or 4 decades, by the time we got to World War II, that was the way to feed a baby. All you had to do was add water. It's easy. And guess what? Even then, it was expensive. So then it was a social thing, a social status thing. Only rich people formula fed, because they're the only ones that afford it. Only poor people breastfed because they couldn't afford even the formula. So that was, around 19. You hit on a great point. Guess what? Breastfeeding is natural. Like we talked about a minute ago, it's natural. But it doesn't come naturally most of the time. Mm-hmm. Guess what else is natural? When a baby learns how to crawl and walk. Those are natural things too, and babies are going to do it. But did they just one day get up and start crawling? No, they do the army crawl and they pull themselves forward. They have to learn how to do it. They have to learn how to breastfeed. Babies aren't eating when they're inside mom. They're getting everything through the umbilical cord. So they've never done it before. They have the instincts, they have the reflexes. Mama has the desire, they have the desire, but it's not just, I hate to say never, because I think never is a very, very strong word. So I'll say really, really rarely.
Over a period of time, wearing heels, you will develop all kinds of issues in the future. If you ask your grandmother or your mother, they're like, I can't wear heels anymore because of my feet, They have bunions. So we have gel inserts so it can protect the ball of your foot. And I always tell women that your feet may still hurt with them in. That's any insert, okay? But the fact that you're protecting the ball of your foot, you're helping with your metatarsals at the bottom down there, and that's important because they start to expand. You get bunions if you wear tight feet. Now you have this bone sticking out on your big toe, things like that. You get deformed feet after a while. You get corns, things like that. So foot candy is really encouraging women to protect your feet by any means. We also have heel caps. So if you're outside at outside events, if you unfortunately go to funerals, people pass away, heel caps so your feet will not sink in the grass and you won't have to worry about you just spend X amount of dollars on your shoes. So we have the heel caps. That's for your weddings, for any type of outdoor events for that.
And so I want to continue that with bringing the good food news to the Augusta community. And by doing that, I feel like if we focus on healthy eating and watch what we're putting in our bodies, we're truly going to eliminate some of those potential health bills that can accrue later down the road. I have a healthy eating handbook, and normally I have a healthy eating educator that comes along with me. Her name's McKenna. And she can, let's say you have different dietary needs, you can come in and she'll take you on a tour through our store and kind of show you what foods would be good for those diet needs. And she can also sit down and meal plan with you, which is awesome.
Over 50 employees within a 75-mile radius of their job is given 12 weeks of unpaid leave. So you have to remember that. Well, insurance sometimes allows you to take more or paid leave, depends on what your commitment at work is. And with this act, you have to work at least 25 hours per week. So it's saying that I would suggest if you have to consider certain things before you go back to work. I mean, one thing, money, how is it going to cost you? Can you afford to stay longer than the 6? Is it safe to use tampons? Dr. Ansby can tell you. I mean, after your 6-week check, I think because of the fact that locum, which is what you're passing the blood and stuff, until that is after 6 weeks, you'd say, I mean, that's because you don't want to introduce bacteria, because, where the placental site is, it's like a wound, it's like a sore. And introducing things like, tampons and anything else in your vagina during that period is not healthy. It can cause uterine infection, other problems. So we would say not for 6 to 8 weeks.